Victim of Random Violence by Jessica Lamb. So last Friday, my family and I had just moved into our new apartment. Now, if you don't mind me taking a moment and stepping back, earlier that Monday or Sunday, either one of those days, we were in the leasing office with a lady filling out our paperwork and signing all the lease documents, paying our security deposit and whatnot. And I remember a man walking by. He seemed like a maintenance man or a janitor, somebody who worked for the complex. And I clearly remember his prominent red hair. Now, he didn't bother us at the time, so I didn't think about it. And after we did all of our leasing stuff, my family was super excited to move into our new place. I have a son who's 5 and a daughter who's 2. We started unpacking and getting everything in for that week. Come Thursday, I do remember going in the front door carrying some boxes and seeing that same red-haired maintenance man pass by again. He actually seemed quite friendly. He said hello. I waved hello back. And even my wife said that he seemed friendly. Anyway, we kept moving our stuff in, and the kids were super excited and running around our new place. Come Friday, we had everything all in the place, and we're moving stuff around and getting stuff organized. That Friday afternoon, we decided to take the family out to eat, have some good conversation, let the kids play around. Once it started getting later in the afternoon, we stopped by a store, picked up some odds and ends for the new place. We got home, I don't remember, 4-ish. Actually, I think we left maybe 4:30, 3:30, 4. Got home, and I remember my wife and I seeing a light that was left on, which is unusual. We usually don't leave lights on. We have a habit of turning off all the lights to conserve energy. So it was unusual to have that light left on. Now, when we tried the key in the door was locked, so it wasn't broken into at the front door. When we walked in, the living room light was left on. All the other lights were off, but that one was still on. And there was the table or the chair, either one looked like it had been moved a little bit or different than we had set it up from before. Anyway, my wife mentioned that she had forgot something in the store, and she took the kids and went back to the store, and I went ahead and stayed at the apartment. So she took off. I made my way in and up the stairs, and I felt creepy. I had goosebumps, almost like somebody was there. Anyway, up to the bedroom. All the furniture was still in its own place. Everything seemed fine. Made my way over to the study, which my cat, which I do have a cat, seemed to have claimed as her personal lounge. She just picked that room as her favorite place to relax. And I said hello to the cat and doodled on the computer, and I have to admit, her behavior was odd. She had this nervous demeanor, which was different than the past 4 days, where she just kind of was lounging around lazy-like. And that behavior just kept bothering me and bothering me. She wouldn't stop staring over my shoulder behind me. When I looked back, the only thing behind me was a big window and some vertical blinds that were closed in front of the window. It seemed fine when I looked at it, but the cat just would not stop staring at it. And the more I doodled on the computer, the more it started to bother me, the cat's behavior. So when I looked back, I did notice some unusual bustling of the blinds. And when I followed the blinds down, I saw some boots sticking out from underneath the blinds. Those were not my boots. I freaked out, took off running. Somebody grabbed my shoulder from behind, which scared me to death. The lights somehow turned off, unbeknownst to me. I couldn't see the face of the guy, and then we ended up fighting. I remember getting stabbed in my left shoulder and then my right. Took off down the stairs, and he attacked me, and we ended up fumbling and stumbling all the way down the stairs, hitting the bottom. I remember the lights shutting off downstairs again. It seemed like the guy who broke in knew where all the light switches were. I didn't even know where the light switches were. I was new, and I was freaking out. I remember him being big and tall and dressed in this black clothing, face painted black, and had a hat on. I remember some light coming in from the window downstairs, and I could just see his silhouette of a tall, large man, but I couldn't make out any facial expressions. I didn't grab his cap and take it off or anything, so I don't really know what he looked like. Oh man, am I lucky that my family wasn't there. Oh, he was such a big, tall man. We ended up struggling and fighting for a while. I remember being stabbed more times. I'm really lucky. I was stabbed 6 times in total. I'm lucky to have survived. We fought for a good while. I don't remember how long exactly. Until we were lying on the floor. I was totally exhausted. I remember him getting up, and I don't know why. He stopped fighting me at that time. And wow, what a terrible experience in my memory. I remember him backing away to the front door and opening it, and I could see the light from outside the door shine on him. I couldn't see his face clear because it was all painted up and his hat was on. But I remember the maintenance man. I don't know if it really was the maintenance man. I couldn't see his face, but I'm sure you remember me saying that prominent red hair that I noticed on him. That same red hair, I saw a tuft of it coming out the back of his cap. I don't know if it really was him, but anyway. I remember him coming by the apartment and looking in periodically. Like I said, I don't know if it was him, but that's all I can remember.